And I will press.
So, bienvenidos, Satnam. Welcome everybody back to the New Rich New Energy podcast. I believe this is number 12. Have some amazing guests. Again, Mr. Santana, can you dig it? He's going to be sharing some more paintings, some more decodes to bring more truth out here to this universe, to our brothers and sisters. And we have a special guest, amazing brother here, Alberto, AJ. Not only is a fellow astrologer, but he's also fluent in tarot card reading. We have the beautiful Ariel. She's not in, but she'll be back. And we're just basically going to talk about some paintings, some more discoveries that Santana has been able to decode through his amazing gift. And we're also going to talk about urine therapy with AJ. So without further ado, you guys got the floor.
Okay, AJ, my brother, it is a blessing to get to talk to you. I appreciate that we are vibing on a same frequency, and I hope that the frequency that we've been vibing on is helping making things easier with your journey, and you don't feel alone so much that you got a brother that's walking with you, my brother.
Yeah, same here, man. I'm glad. I'm really glad that I'm here with you guys to share some knowledge, put it out there, because this path is not for the weak ones. You got to be strong. You got to have a strong will to do it, and you got to keep on walking and have integrity. And I'm not perfect. Nobody is.
Right.
But if you keep walking, eventually you find what you're looking for.
And
it
gets easier. It gets like water, brother. It gets easier, I tell you. And I'm gonna tell you the gifts that come along with it. And I'm not talking about the gifts of enlightenment. I mean the gifts of when you start looking people in their eyes and their eyes start speaking to you. That kind of stuff. Like superhero gifts. Or maybe you're not gonna give that one, but I'm just simply saying that.
No, I do, man. Body language speaks way louder than words.
Dig it.
I observe people and I can tell who they are by the energies.
That's right. Listen,
we can get into astrology and all that later on if you guys want, because I do study astrology just like New Rich right here. And I can see it in people. The eyes are the windows of the soul. And that's why people get uncomfortable when you stare at them in the eye and you're just looking right through them,
That's right. You're looking right through us. If you don't mind me asking, brother, how old are you? How old do you want me asking?
Take a guess.
I can't see your whole face.
You can't see my face?
Okay, now I can see it more. But you're a young man. I mean, okay, so I'm again the senior. Man, why I keep doing this old ass podcast? Are you what? Are you 30? Are you 30 yet?
I'm 38.
Wow. Man, again, man, you're beautiful. All these people here keep trying to take my woman. Well, guess what? She like crazy dark-skinned dude, just in case y'all listen, y'all not gonna bring light skin back with me, okay? I just want to let y'all know y'all trying to bring Pretty Ricky back. But y'all not gonna bring Pretty Ricky back on my watch. Just FYI, no Pretty Ricky or Can You Dig It watch, okay?
I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable with the butter pecan complexion. Like I'm good with it.
But that's how it starts, though. They bring in a beautiful butter pecan.
The light skins.
They got this other lighter Pretty Ricky dude here. Y'all both brilliant. They're like, you know what? We don't need Can You Dig It? So I just want to let y'all know. I know what you're doing. And if I tell everybody you're playing, it can't work. It's like I'm doing to the system. So I'm on to y'all. So it is truly an honor. It is truly an honor. So it's truly an honor. And just know that and listen, and I'm gonna share my information with you. You need somebody to rap to. I'm up all night talking to God. We're here weird conversations. You need somebody to talk to sometime, feel free to give me a holler. And we can vibe on some things.
Excellent.
Awesome, man.
So I know Santana has some new pieces, and I'll share them here in a minute. But if we want to go down that route a little bit, so we can start decoding that and kind of chopping up on that, and then we'll get into the urine therapy, and just kind of elaborate and bring more knowledge to your uropathy, which is essential and it's needed. And I'm glad we have AJ here to speak on it.
So we were talking about that Dust Bowl in Black Wall Street, and I'm so fed up with these things because the more and more I know they're trying to change the realities and they're making us forget, and they're trying to replace the bullshit history with new narratives. I know they're making us forget things, but it dawned on me. Okay, all right. Well, Black Wall Street, they're telling us this amazing place. Cool. All right, you know what? Why don't I just look at the businesses from Black Wall Street? Is that a legitimate question to ask? What businesses were demolished during Black Wall Street? Is that a legitimate question to ask? So I'm looking, and I can't find any names of any businesses. So then I'm thinking, okay, that's stupid. I should be able to find a name of the businesses. So I'm a businessman. Well, I look for the Tulsa Chamber of Commerce, 1921. Nothing. So now I'm sitting back like, okay, what's going on here? What's going on? Long story short, I looked at the timing of Black Wall Street, and I know how Black Wall Street got rich. And Black Wall Street was not, in my belief, I'm going to confirm it. In my belief, I don't believe it was a massacre of a situation where it was a whole town. Black Wall Street, the Black people participated in it and helped and set up a particular group of Black people, the wealthy upper echelon ones. So it was not just the white folks who they deputized and said, go get those niggas. It was the Black folks too. In addition to that, how did he get so wealthy? I'm trying to do a trail to figure out the different business names. Only business name I can find was a particular theater. And it's a particular people who owned the theater. And when I look at who founded Black Wall Street, I only found one person's name, and you can't find any information on him specific about him. It only talks about he founded Black Wall Street and always keep talking about Black Wall Street. So it's like, wait a minute, why am I hearing things about this? This is only 1921. I go to 1848, and I'm in Chicago all day. I can tell you about what happened, all those Chamber of Commerce, and even 1641. We know they got dates and calendars for everything. 1921, you mean that all these businesses were destroyed and we can't find these businesses in the Chamber of Commerce? So I looked at the timing of what was going on. And what I found was during the time that Black Wall Street was thriving, they were thriving because they were feeding both sides of the war during World War I. How the fuck about that?
Yeah, those are
Understand that
the trilaterals.
this was right. The niggas in Black Wall Street was supplying the wheat for the war in World War I. So they were supplying the Allies and the Germans. So it leads to what I was trying to explain earlier about how the system works. Now, our doctors a couple years ago, give me 1 second, let me plug this charger back up. It's slow.
Yeah, that's how the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds, that's been their claim to fame since day one, even going back in history. The Jesuit Copernicans, they were the ones funding both sides of the war. That's how they became rich. That's how they have control of the banking institution we call today. So yeah, that was already in plan. They're always feeding both sides of the war.
You know what? Now that you're talking about war and all that, I don't believe there's nothing going on in Russia and Ukraine, like real war. This
Absolutely not.
It's
a smoke screen.
It's a display of fear for the people. That's how you get to control the people. I found in my own path that the only way to really see what's happening is to think for yourself, to actually think for yourself, and then start questioning things. Because if you don't ask questions, then you're just gonna believe whatever is presented to you. Even when I talk on my channel, I always say, don't believe what I'm saying, just go and do your own research. And then you can see the truth. And I saw it right away, man. I'm like, that's BS, man.
It's all BS. And I brought that up on the last, I don't know what podcast it was, but it's all mind control. These are all programs and systems that they continue to keep. It's old tricks. You know what I mean? Like the colors themselves. COVID's specific colors are blue and yellow. The Ukrainian flag is blue and yellow. Like these are just programs that they continue to play on people who are asleep, like you said, who don't want to take their own responsibility and integrity to do their own research. They just go with the narrative because they're comfortable in their own space. Like it
is comfortable to keep living in the lie, man. I've met a lot of people, friends that I talk to them and I tell them, and they even say, no, I'm comfortable where I'm at. I'm good. And I'm like,
Absolutely.
okay, well, to
Because
each
you know
his
how
own, you know.
you
I
know
can't
how
really
hard
say anything.
it is to tell somebody, like let's say a 30 or 40-year-old, that everything you believe is a lie. That smashes their ego.
Yeah,
They don't want that to crumble. You know what I mean? So just like you said, they like that comfortability of just being ignorant. You know what I mean? So it's sad. It's sad. That's the world we live in.
it is, man. But you know what? I came to the conclusion that whoever's ready is ready. And you know, like for instance, I one day I was going through my feed because I'm always learning. I'm always reading a book. My books are over there, kind of far, but I'm always reading a book, doing some research, learning, meditating, getting insight. That's what I do now. That's not what I used to do before. And that is what brought me to find the truth, you know. And that path, you need to have a strong will to say, you know what, I'm going to keep doing this, and I'm not going back to the lie, to be comfortable and just leaving the fakeness of it all, you know.
I'm
I'm
not going.
so happy
I'm
that I
not.
woke up, man, and
I'm
I
not going
started
along
seeing the
with it.
truth.
You know, that's the biggest sin, going along with it. And back to what we were saying about when I found what so going along with it is the biggest sin. And this place, our representatives are so disgusting and filthy and disgusting and so horrible and wretched. They are literally leading us into constant war, where it's just nothing but war and conflict. And because of that, that's the reason why our weather's so fucked up. And for example, you understand, the Americans, we pretend that we're perfect and we have our values, and we fight just wars. That's the kind of things that we say in America, right? And what America is dirty. What America likes to do is dirt abroad and hide it from the American public. That's why we get juggernauts in football and so forth. But we know they do dirt. But that Black Wall Street is connected. Their karma got connected to, listen, you can't finance a war. You profit. That's called war profiteering. You're financing off of blood and death. You understand? So here's the thing. They could have used the Klan to finance World War I. They could have used the ACLU. They could have used the Boston abolitionists to finance it. But understand, the American government could have just financed it directly themselves. But they're putting it on other people to do because they can't do it. We have to do it to ourselves. You understand? And when we decide that we're going to take that deal to produce all of that wheat. So what happened was, prior to the war, I'm not sure the amount, but let's say the dollar amount for wheat was like, let's say $1 a pound. Let's just say it for a number. Well, there was a wheat boom. Tulsa pushed that wheat boom. So everybody came to Tulsa and started producing all of this wheat and was digging up all of that dirt, turned all over all of that dirt. And all these people overcrowded and was producing all this wheat. Well, you look further into why they're producing so much wheat. It wasn't because they needed to feed the people. It's because they were profiting off of feeding a war. So again, they had to do it to themselves. You understand that if you're familiar with American history, in the 80s, they gave crack to the Black communities and the Puerto Rican and brown and Latino communities. So understand, you saw that they gave us Percocet and all that stuff that messed up all of the kids 10 years ago with all these pills. The doctor gave those to them, right? It was worse than the other drugs that they gave us in these poor communities. So understand, they could have simply given us crack the same way they give everybody these pills. But they gave us crack so we could do it to ourselves. You understand? We need to do it to ourselves. And that's why we have to just say, we will not do it to ourselves. We've got to stop. This 13 years thing is a doozy. And I know where it culminates from. There was an event that culminated in 2014 that led to the 2027 event. When I see y'all in person, I'll tell you. I will not say it online, but I will let you know the event and the date. But it started in 2014, I assure you. So, going through some pictures, I was just wondering, this right here is a fun one. This is this, if you can put up this picture called The Torment of Saint Anthony. I'm sorry, this is called The Temptation of Saint Anthony. Saint Anthony is the very first character that Michelangelo drew. He was a Egyptian monk who started the monasteries in Egypt, and just like everybody else, lost everything and said, you know what, I'm out. He basically, he lost his parents. He was wealthy, lost his parents.
Which one is it? There's a bunch of them.
Yeah, I'm pulling it up.
Okay, so this is so the one looks like a severed head. It's by I believe it's by Jules.
With an open, a big head.
A big head, it's severed, it's open, and there's some chips and some that is it. Yes. That is the Temptation of Saint Anthony. I like to call that picture right now. You are watching today. That picture was painted, I think, in like the 1600s, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not an art person.
Yeah, 1650.
1650, can you dig it? Ow. Look at me. I love it when I get the centuries close. I don't care how many hundreds is in it. I was close enough. I'm proud of that. I went to Baltimore City Public Schools. So that is an achievement, okay? So we're gonna have some fun with this one. If you've never seen this picture before, this is called The Temptation of Saint Anthony. Saint Anthony is dear to my heart. My father's name is Anthony. Can you dig it? But we'll talk about that later. So, Nostradamus even talking about this guy. Wait till we get to Nostradamus. Another dive though. So, what you are watching is the present. This is what you're watching right now. You're watching the collapse of this fake, ridiculous world that we have been all misled into believing that this is our lives. You're watching it in this picture right here. So where do we start? So, you remember the bubonic plague? And back during the bubonic plague, people were wearing, the doctors were wearing bird masks, like Tahuti. Okay, so what I want you to do is, I'll tell you what, just zoom into the left of that head, and you're gonna see.
You wanna share the picture? I mean, not share, like, bring it up on the screen.
Oh, yeah, I have it.
I can see it.
Okay, hold on, no, I wasn't able to see it. Hold on, remember.
Yeah, and go over to the left of the skull. You're gonna see on the left side of it. On the left of it, you're gonna see down a little further in the water. Go left, and you're gonna see those red guys on the left. Yep. So go down a little further, and let's see those left guys. And you're gonna look at the mask they're wearing, and the head stuff they're wearing. So if you're able to zoom in on that, that would be cool. If not, I'll find you another one.
Yeah, it won't allow me to.
No problem. Go ahead. So
I see what you're saying though. They got the mask on.
Right. Those are the masks that the doctors was wearing during the bubonic plague. So who cares about that? Well, those are the masks of Tahuti. Because remember Tahuti, and Tahuti represented our great friend Mercury. So during the bubonic plague, the doctors were walking around with these masks on for some inexplicable reason. Why would they be walking around with these masks on during the bubonic plague? Well, these masks are the Tahuti masks, which indicate Mercury. I want you to also look at these little ducks there. And you're gonna see like needles on these ducks, and everybody on these pictures you're gonna notice have needles on it. The reason why you see these ducks is because when you administer, people who was administering mercury, they used to call the people who, they used to call mercury quicksilver. And the people who were administering the quicksilver and administering the mercury, same thing, were the doctors. Thus, they started calling them quacks because they were poisoning their patients with mercury. That's why they called them quacks. And notice how they're just shaking hands with each other. They got little secret deals going on. You see that? Go over to the left, look at the water, and you're gonna see a barrel, a man wearing a mask right now. It looks like a mask that y'all wearing. You people who think COVID's real. That guy in a barrel, he's in a barrel wearing a mask you wearing today. But why is it 1650? He's wearing a mask you're wearing today. I don't know. But understand that water is toxic. That's mercury in that water. I want you to see that these people are on that, and they don't want to touch the water. Even the fish is jumped out of the boat because they poisoned the water. You understand? And they poisoned the world. But that I'm gonna show you why all this is taking place. Can you dig it? So if you go to the left above the water, right? Yeah, if you go right there, right to the left, you're gonna see all of those people in those boats that master hooted. Those are the doctors. And they're trying to fucking run because they took an oath they did it. And you look up further on this picture, you're gonna see that all the doctors, all the nations are trying to escape. And you're gonna see flags of all the nations in the back. And you're gonna also look in the sky and you're gonna see birds and quacks and birds in the sky give needles because they're poisoning the sky, everything. These damn professors and doctors, these intellectuals that are telling us that it's okay to poison the sky to block the sun. You understand? That's what you're looking at. You're looking at today. And you're looking at them being exposed. Their head has been chopped off and they're panicking. And they're all trying to get away to Xanadu. You're not going to make it to Xanadu, gentlemen. Just understand you're not going to make it to Xanadu. You are stuck. So you're watching it fall apart right in front of you. That's what you're watching. You're watching them make deals and try to escape. And these idiots of buffoon doctors who decided it was a good idea to put mercury in people. Well, people are going to start asking questions about that, especially people are going to start asking their pediatricians, let me see the records. We got to start auditing the pediatricians. I think that's going to happen real soon. I think people are going to start auditing pediatricians real soon. I think it's probably a fantastic idea to audit pediatricians. I think that if you want to be president or mayor or governor in the next 6 months, you got an election coming up, I think that you should suggest that we should start auditing pediatricians. Hashtag audit the pediatricians. Nonetheless, I want you to scroll down a little further in this picture. You're going to see that they have no regard to who and what they poison. They're poisoning the eggs. They're poisoning the unborn eggs, and they're putting in everything. They're putting sex bugs, spiders, anything. They're putting the unborn eggs is what's going on right now. So what I want you to do is you can pan over to the right. You're going to see a tree, and you're going to see a tree, and on that tree you're going to see a cat reading a book, and this woman is being on top of him trying to show him her breasts. That cat on that book, holding that book, is Saint Anthony, and they're trying to tempt him, and they're trying to tempt him with all these worldly possessions because he didn't put their business out on the street, and he done broke the world and let everybody know that it's all fake. And he's bringing a whole new message because he's Christ's strongest warrior. They don't remember him, but they're going to remember him very soon. So what you see is him sitting by, watching the world fall apart and keeping his faith. And you're also going to see from every direction someone's trying to tempt him. You're going to see these quacks drunk on their own stupidity, drinking that little bucket of red on the right. You're going to see a man hiding in the trunk of the tree trying to reach out to him. Everybody and their mom is trying to get to him, but he's a resilient man because somebody poisoned his son. So he's not going to let nothing get to him until he cuts that damn head off. And they always remove the women from history and don't realize that his woman is in that picture. If you look at the cloak, it's a brown cloak. And it's a letter A on it. And it's a line on top of it. I mean, it's a high A. It's not Anthony. is for his protector who's covering him. Can you dig?
I was looking at
So
that. Mm-hmm.
that's right. You look. Of course, you were looking at Raphael. You're a genius.
There's a couple things. No, keep going. There's a couple things.
You are watching.
I think we lost him.
He coming back. There's also, if you look close on the tree, there's a it looks like a crucifixion.
It's exactly what it is.
That's some crazy picture, man.
Yeah, one thing I was noticing was this in her hand. Like he's saying, if this is his interpretation where they're trying to tempt St. Anthony, they're trying to tempt him with the fake globe model. Look, it's cut in half. It's bullshit.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as a round globe. You understand what I'm saying? And then what we were talking earlier, this snail, we were talking about the ear. This is a specific shape. It's called a cochlear. It's located on the inner ear, and it looks like this dude has a big knife and he's trying to cut that off so you can't hear. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's looking right at the snail.
Yeah, he's looking right at the snail to cut it. And that's something I'm gonna bring up to him. We are actually talking about that before we got on, but yeah, this is an interesting picture. This is wild. There's a lot going on.
Who made this picture? Who created this picture?
This was created by oh, that one's by Salvador Dali, not that one. Oh, Hieramush Bosch. I don't even know how to say that name. Hieronymus Bosch.
You know, man, looking at all these pictures now, and listening to some of the videos from Jason and just putting all these things together, right? These people were able to see what was going to happen, and it's not what's it called, fortune telling. It's predicting the future. Is not really something that should be what's the right word, you know, it's not something new. Ancient people used to do this all the time. We're just ignorant in the age that we're living now, but predicting, it's all mathematical because it's all in cycles. And learning how cycles work, you can actually predict what's going to happen based on the age that we're living. The Iron Age is when the collective consciousness just goes down. Humanity loses consciousness of who they are, and then everything is just complete chaos. And then as people gain consciousness, we go back because we know who we are. And this is what I'm seeing in this picture. Like all this chaos is happening around us, just like in the picture. Of course, this is more dramatic, but it's happening, but we don't see it because the consciousness is not there. Now, there's some people who can see it. There's a few of us who can see it. And there's many more, but compared to the whole world, we just like a little bit. And it's kind of sad that most people don't see it, man, and they just go for it. They just take the, take the jab, take the whatever comes their way that people say, yeah, this is good for you, and they don't even process with their own thinking capacity. This is some deep, deep image, man.
Yeah, it's just like you said, it's not prediction. That's why I tell people, like, you see a lot of people running around. The Simpsons predicted this. Look at this episode. The Simpsons, they're not predicting anything. They're telling you what's going to happen because, one, they know their astrology. That's really what it comes down to, you guys. Like, a lot of these people were tapped in. They understood the dance of the stars on the eclipse. Like, they understand the sun. They know this science. So they're able to portray it in art. And whether they were fluent in astrology, they sure had some insight in on it because, look, even in this painting, they're like Santana's breaking down. Like I would have looked at this painting, wouldn't even know what that meant. Like he has an amazing gift to look at art and show you the corruption of what's going to happen.